Hey there, friends. I just wanted to make a quick video on humic fulvic acid minerals. So I learned about this early on in my studies and I actually even used it and recommended it. But as time went on, it kind of just got pushed to the back of my brain as I was learning more and more about other things. And I kind of forgot about it, but it's resurfaced recently. So I really wanted to dig in and really research more on it. And honestly, I am blown away, guys. So I just wanted to share this with you. I think you are going to be glad that you watched this video. So let me just share my screen here and just share some things about it. So I titled it The Missing Link. So this is just my personal opinion, guys, just with all the research that I've done and just working with clients and all these chronic health conditions going on. I just felt that it's really suited. It's a great title, I think, because I believe it is the missing link to true health and just well-being. Um, so what is it? Fulvic acid is a derivative of the breakdown in soil by soil-based microbes. So this breakdown occurs in humic substances in decaying plants and soil. So this process is naturally occurring. It's turning the soil into nutrient-rich organic matter. And what's left in this matter, it's just full of nutrients, minerals, and carbons. So in the beginning, you have to go back to the roots of everything. There's a spiritual aspect to everything. So literally just going to the beginning, back to our roots. And I wanted to share Genesis 2:7. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And man became a living being. So again, that's Genesis 2:7. So humic fulvic acid minerals comes from the dirt, and we were made from the dirt. So you would think it doesn't take a rocket scientist to think that we kind of need this, right? So I truly believe it is the building block of life. So humic fulvic acid minerals are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And when we look at ourselves, the human body contains 65% oxygen, 18% carbon, 10% hydrogen, and 3% nitrogen. So that makes up 96% of the body, guys. So humic fulvic acid minerals, they give life and they're gonna nourish the body. So to the right, you can see the molecular structure of the humic acid and the fulvic acid. Your humic acid is gonna be larger as fulvic acid is extracted from the humic substance. Um, so guys, you have to understand that the humic fulvic acid minerals have been consumed for thousands of years, and it's only been since the last 100 years since we haven't had it. So we definitely need it. And if you think of chronic illness and how sick we are, it's the missing link, you guys. We need this. So when this is taken out of the soil, it's leaving the soil depleted, it's leaving the plants depleted, which then gives us sick, depleted people. So I've done a few slides here, and there's tons out there, guys. I just picked a few, but if you want to dig in, there's so much more really, really good research out there on the humic fulvic acid minerals. But here we have Alzheimer's disease. So Alzheimer's disease is a neurodegenerative disorder involving extracellular plaques and intracellular tangles of tau protein. Current therapeutic strategies are aimed to either inhibit the formation of tau filaments or disaggregate them. Fulvic acid has shown to inhibit this process of tangle formation by atomic force technique. So fulvic acid, which is a humic substance, has several nutraceutical properties with potential activity to protect cognitive impairment. The next one I have here is chronic inflammatory conditions and diabetes. So fulvic acid has shown therapeutic effects towards these conditions. And research indicates fulvic acid can modulate the immune system, influence the oxidative state of cells, and improve gastrointestinal function, all of which are hallmarks of diabetes. So, fulvic acid is shown to decrease pro inflammatory markers, but also activate the immune system to kill bacteria. It is shown to reduce oxidative stress and even induce apoptosis in hepatic cancer lines. So, fulvic is shown to also influence the microbiome and possibly improve gut function. So, lots of benefits so far. So, on cancer, so fulvic acid and colorectal cancer, a high level of serum resistin has recently been found in patients with a number of cancers, including colorectal cancer. Fulvic has shown to play an antagonistic role to suppress this resistant effect. So, cancer has also been identified as a chronic inflammatory disease, and it's highly recommended to study cancer treatment with fulvic acid as it blocks the inflammatory reactions in the cancer microenvironment, and that's including the monocyte cancer and endothelial cells. So these results from pharmacological studies indicate that fulvic acid may modulate and control the pathophysiology of multiple diseases. So cancer continued. Fulvic acid was shown to significantly upregulate the apoptotic genes at mRNA levels in liver cells, colorectal cells, and prostate cells compared to non-treated control groups. And fulvic acid inhibited the proliferation of all the cell lines used in this study, but especially the liver cells. So, fulvic acid has anti-cancer properties by increasing apoptosis. These studies show fulvic may be useful for liver cancer and related disorders. So, it's amazing stuff, you guys. God created it. It's not a supplement, it comes from God, it comes from the earth. So, this is on heavy metals and pesticides. So vital right now because, as my clients have heard me say, we have never lived in a more toxic environment than we do today. So these are just great studies showing that the humic fulvic acid is a great binder for heavy metals and pesticides. And it's just showing that water-soluble pesticides were bound by the humic acid. And so water-soluble pesticides, that's going to be on all your produce, guys. It's going to be that glyphosate, and that's a whole other video in and of itself. Glyphosate is extremely toxic to the human body. But yeah, like I said, that's going to have to be a whole other video. I've got to stay on point here. But humic acid led to a significant decrease in glyphosate in the liver by 53%, the spleen by 28%, the lungs by 44%, the GI tract by 50%, and the heart by 16%, and lastly in the muscles by 63%. That is great, you guys. So this study, I have all these studies listed at the bottom of each slide. I have all these references if you guys want to dig in, and I'm going to also post the links below the video if you guys want to like dig in fully and just find more information. So one of these studies that I have listed down here found humic acid to have positive effects for chelating lead and contains many antioxidant properties. And it was also shown to have lower side effects than other heavy metal chelators. So this is wonderful when you need that heavy metal detoxification. Here I have the immune response. So humic fulvic supplementation resulted in strong humoral immune stimulation. So this is creating antibodies from your B cells to destroy those pathogens and prevent intracellular infections. So powerful stuff here, guys. So candida, good old candida yeast overgrowth. So many people have yeast overgrowth, but so in these studies, it was shown that fulvic acid has a potent antimicrobial and antifungal activities. So fulvic shows to be a potential treatment for Candida albicans as a fungicidal by the disruption of the cell membrane activity. So it gets in there and just destroys, which is great. So obviously, I'm going to talk about gut health. All disease begins in the gut. So this study proved that humic acid is vital for proper digestive health. The structure of humic has a protecting influence on the mucous membrane of the gut and the stomach. So important, you guys, to have that proper mucous membrane and just to make sure it's not broken down and vital, you guys. So humic also improves nutrient digestibility by maintaining a healthy gut microbiome through stabilization of the gut microbiota. So when this happens, it enhances nutrient utilization because our gut microbes, um, we have this symbiotic relationship with them where they break down and produce nutrients that we need. So there's this awesome analogy from another naturopathic practitioner. Her name is Jennifer Van Allen. And when she shared this analogy, I was blown away. I was like, wow, that is just such a good picture of what um, humic fulvic acid minerals do and how it acts in the body. So you want to picture your body. So a flowing river, you want to just picture a flowing river that is clean, pristine, has the proper oxygen levels, it has the balanced pH, it's just full of nutrients. But when you look at this picture here, what do you see? There's boulders. So when you put boulders in, you're going to slow down that flow. And this will lead to algae growth and pH imbalance and parasites and a whole other list of things that we don't want that's going to lead to chronic illness. We want that fast flow without any hindrance. So we need to get rid of those boulders because you can cleanse and you can rebalance, but if you don't remove the boulders, the imbalance will just occur 2 days later. So you can go in there and detox and cleanse and remove, and you're going to feel better for a little bit. But if those boulders are still there, the flow is going to back up again, and then all of the illness is just going to just manifest again. So you must remove the boulders. And so here, I just have the picture of just a river just flowing full force, no hindrances, no boulders. So this is what humic fulvic acid will do for us. It pushes electrical flow at the cellular level through the body. It's going to fuel every cell, you guys. So this is crucial to our health and well-being. So I just wanted to show you guys those pictures. So as I said earlier, all disease begins in the gut, and that was just stated by Hippocrates. Um, so gut bugs require this humic fulvic acid. And to the right, I have a rainforest because I always share that you want your gut microbiome to be a diverse rainforest. You don't want too much of one tree, too much of one plant and bush. You want great diversity. So if they have this, they're going to have the proper nutrients. These bugs are going to have the proper nutrients to have this diversity to do what they need to do. So, very vital for our gut health. So, another great analogy is just the many keys. So, Dr. Murr, in his studies, he was showing that there are 10 to the 26th power of different possibilities to interact in the body. So that's a lot, you guys. That's 10 with 26 zeros after it. So all of those possibilities to interact in the body, it's like, how in the world is that even possible? And how does it know to bind toxins and do all the other benefits? Well, there's many keys on the keychain. So instead of just having the ability to open one or two doors, just picture a keychain with thousands and thousands of keys. So they have the ability to unlock all these other mechanisms going on in the body. And toxins have a different charge to them, and fulvic will go after the out of balance charge, and it's leaving the good ones alone. So it's amazing. So just conclusion here, so many benefits to the humic fulvic acid minerals. It's the ultimate adaptogen. It's going to balance the minerals in the body, especially if you have copper overload. It's going to just help balance that out. It's anti-cancer properties, it binds toxins, it enhances mitochondrial function, enhances gut microbiome health, enhances availability of nutrients, increases energy. It's a free radical scavenger, it's a natural electrolyte, it restores electrochemical balance within the body, and so much more. So where do you get it? And where you get it matters, you guys, because they're not all created equal. And it's pretty cool because it is believed that the best forms are found in New Mexico and Canada. Um, and the two forms that I use and prefer and recommend, one is from New Mexico and one is from Canada. So it's really, really cool. The lower the pH, the better. So you want to have the humic fulvic acid minerals that have the lower pH, because the lower the pH, the more energy output. So it needs enough energy to go throughout the body into the cells, bind the toxins, come out of that cell, and then get discarded out of the body. Good quality fulvic acid from humic deposits will contain over 60 different mineral and trace element complexes that naturally occur that our bodies need. And I just listed here, hours of research has led me to 3. I had mentioned 2 because I'm still waiting to see where a third one is sourced from, but 2 that I use, one is in New Mexico, one is in Canada. I'm trying to find out where the third one is sourced from. Um, but I've come down to just 3 that I personally use and recommend. Um, so if you're a client of mine, either past or present, this is something that I'm definitely going to have you on. I myself take it. I'm going to have my whole family take it, including my kids. Um, just tons of benefits, guys. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me. If you know me, you can always just text me or email me. Or if you don't, you can just check out my website and ask me through there. But again, I just wanted to share this with you guys. And um, hopefully, this will be something that you're going to incorporate into your daily routine, because I really believe that all of us need it, especially with everything going around. Um, I'm not going to say any words because everything is so censored these days, but a very popular illness that's going around, like this is needed. Life is in the blood. This affects the blood. This is what we need. So it's just beneficial for every single person. So again, I hope this was helpful. And if you guys have any questions, just reach out.